program. I'm very, very sorry. You caught me. Okay, so I'd like to introduce Heilbrun from Long Island Storytelling Network and some of his colleagues. They're here to perform for you How Did This Happen to Me? And Tales of Fame and Misfortune. You just pen that in there a little bit. Thank you very much.
As she said, we are from the LISN, Long Island Storytelling Network. And the program we're going to share with you today is How Did This Happen to Me? Tales of Fame and Misfortune. Now, the program itself will deal with stories and songs that have to do with notoriety and misadventure. Usually when we perform, there'll be 2 to 5 storytellers that come and perform. Depends on who's available, and we're pretty much all the same, even though we have different styles. What else do I need to tell them? The members that are here today is myself, Harvey Heilbrun, fellow LISN members Bill Pierce and Sylvia Kahn. And so sit back, open your ears, and enjoy. Misadventure, or misfortune, I should say, it happens to all of us at one time or another. And in the case of Charlie and the MTA, well, you see, in the 1940s, Boston had a regulation that required you, if you were getting onto a train, to pay a fee. Now, if you have to switch to a branch line before you got off, they charged you an exit fee. Now, if you didn't have this exit fee, this could happen to you. Now, those of you that know this song, feel free to sing along with me on the chorus. This makes me just about a Kingston Trio, but I've written a lot. Let me tell you all a story about a man named Charlie on that tragic and fateful day. He put 10 cents in his pocket since his wife and family went to ride on MTA. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returned. Charlie handed in his dime at the Kendall Square station, and he changed for Jamaica Plain. When he got there, the conductor told him one more nickel. Charlie couldn't get off that train. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returns. Charlie's wife goes down to the Scully Square station every day. That's quarter past 2. And through the open window she hands Charlie a sandwich as the train goes rumbling through. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. Poor old Charlie, he may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. The man who never returned. You guys can sing that. But did he ever return? No, he never returned, and his fate is still unlearned. He may ride forever neath the streets of Boston. He's the man who never returns. He's the man who never returns.
I'm going to tell you a story called One Wish. It's an Irish folk tale. And it starts out in the middle of the 19th century. John O'Hara was a poor farmer in County Mayo. He lived with his wife, Bridget, and both his parents. His mother had lost her eyesight in her late 60s, and the father suffered greatly from arthritis, at least what we would call arthritis today. John and Bridget had no children after 5 years of marriage. It was a great disappointment. In truth, the land they leased was barely able to support the four of them. The soil had been depleted by years of growing crops without replenishment. Now the only thing it could grow was potatoes. The family lived on potatoes. Worst of luck. In 1847, a blight struck the potato crop. The potatoes turned black and rotted in the ground before they could be harvested. Desperate, John decided he would go hunting and kill some animal so his family wouldn't starve. Now, John was a farmer. He was not a hunter. He had no weapons, no gun, no bow and arrow. All he had to kill was a small hatchet, really a cleaver, that he used to use to cut up chickens when he had a few chickens. The only place he was likely to find any game was on the landlord's estate. The estate had vast hunting grounds as well as pasture for sheep, other cattle. He avoided the herds of cattle. He knew they were guarded day and night. If he were to be caught poaching, he would be hanged. No questions asked. That was the landlord's order, and it had been carried out. He roamed the hunting grounds all day without success. Finally, toward dusk, he did manage to get close to a deer, a white doe that stood there meekly as he approached. John was about to deal a fatal blow with the cleaver when the deer startled him by speaking. "Wait, you mustn't kill me. If you do, the landlord's men will track you to your home and hang you from the nearest tree." John stopped, dumbfounded. On the other hand, I have the power to grant you one wish. You'd be better off telling me what you need and letting me grant it to you. One wish. In all the stories I've heard, people are granted 3 wishes, and you want from me. That's all I can. Take it or leave it, but consider it carefully. You can have a day to think about it. Come back tomorrow. I'll be here. If you want, you can kill me then. If you're smart, you'll wish a wise wish and change your life forever. The deer bounded away, and John turned for home. As he walked across the field, he met his father, who was poking around with his cane, and he told the old man what had happened. The father got all excited. "Oh, wish for gold, John. Lots of gold. Food can be found if you have the money. Gold is the most important thing." John went on toward the house. Sitting just outside, he came across his mother. He told her the story. "Oh, wish that my sight would be restored. Nothing is more important than being able to see. Please, John, tell the deer you want my sight given back to me." He went in the house, found his wife, doing her best to prepare something to eat and scraps. He told her about the choice that he must make. "John, wish that we might have a baby. That's what's missing in our lives, a child. Isn't that what we've longed for all these 5 years?" John didn't speak well that night. He thought, turned, planned, revised. Early the next morning, he went out and into the landlord's estate. There was the white deer in the same place waiting for him. "Well, have you decided to take the wish?" "Yes." "Name it, and it will be granted." Took a deep breath. and another deep breath, and he said, I wish that my mother could see Bridget, my wife, rocking our newborn baby in a golden cradle. And his one wish was granted, and the family lived in comfort and happiness for the rest of their lives.
What you're hearing is a short snippet of some of the stories and songs that we add to this program. We have a lot of other programs too. In your program, you have our website, and on our website, you can look at videos of other storytellers and listen, and their performances, so you get an idea of the other kinds of stories that you tell and the songs you do. The other thing you can do is if you go on YouTube, just search out "Listen Tellers" as one word, and you'll find a lot more, because we only put one story for each person up there. You can get a lot more to get a better example. In a village in Poland, lived a man by the name of Chaim. Now, Chaim had a reputation. Chaim loved to talk about other people. Did you hear what she said the other day? Did you know what he forgot to do when he left home yesterday? The baker, he left the shop early the other day. I think he's going out of business. Well, all this gossip and all these rumors became a problem in the village. And villagers, when they had problems like that, they would go to the rabbi. The rabbi was the wise man. The rabbi was the one they went to who would solve, or at least give them suggestions on how to deal with the problem. Well, the rabbi, hearing about all these complaints about Chaim, decided it was time to talk to Chaim. And he called Chaim to him, and Chaim, do you know the term, and it's a Hebrew term called Lashem Hara. Do you know what that means? He didn't, he said. It means giving evil through your words, whether it be true or not. When you spread words out that cause evil things to happen. That's what Lashem Hara is. And Chaim said, oh, that's no problem. I know I was doing it wrong. I will just take my words back, no problem. That's not so easy to do, said the rabbi. Oh, no problem at all. I'll take my words back. Chaim, it appears you need to learn a lesson. What I want you to do is tomorrow meet me at noon in the middle of the town, and I want you to bring with you a feather pillow. He agreed to do that. Why not? If that was the only penance he was going to have to give up a pillow, he would. And the next day he showed up with that feather pillow. The rabbi took out a scissor and cut the top off the feather pillow. And he handed it to Chaim and told him to shake out the feathers. Which Chaim did. It was a windy day, so as he shook out all the feathers, some landed on the ground, some landed on low branches of the tree, sometimes high branches, some on the rooftop, some went who knows where. And he brought back the pillowcase to the rabbi, and the rabbi said, okay, what I want you to do now is get all the feathers and put them back into the basket. I can't do that. You have to do that. Well, he tried. He gathered some stuff he could get from the ground and low branches on trees, but he couldn't fill it up. It was barely filled at all. And he brought it back to the rabbi. And the rabbi looked at him and said, this is what you're doing. When words come out of your mouth, there's no control. It goes out into the air, into the wind. There's no way you can get it back. Those people that you have hurt, there's no way you can change that. Now, Chaim realized what he had been doing wrong and asked, well, what can I do about it? Well, there are two things you can do, said the rabbi. One thing you can do is you can go and honestly apologize to all the people who you've been talking about. But the thing that's the most important for you to do is, from now on, when you tell a story, make sure it's only your own stories that you're sharing. And that's the story of the Pillow of Feathers. Now we have a little bit of time left. Does anyone have any questions or they want to know about our program? Or Irina's in the crowd. She's one of our listener members too. Raise your hand anyway. Like I said, we're very limited today. I didn't sing the whole MPA song. I didn't tell you about, it's the funny part about that Charlie song, you may not know that if you go to Boston nowadays, and you go on the, you know how you have a Metro Pass to get on the subways here? In Boston, it's called a Charlie Pass. Any other questions or thoughts? We'll be around for a little bit afterwards if you want to ask us anything. We are listening. Thank you, Bill.